Today I'm going to explain about how to installing, configuring, utilizing SnowSQL. Let us discuss in detail about SnowSQL. To configure, install and utilize Snowflake using the command line interface, you will typically follow a series of steps, including installing the Snowflake. We have some CLI tools. CLI is nothing but command line interface, configuring authentication, and then performing Snowflake related operations. These are the steps we are going to follow in this SnowSQL. First step is we have to download the SnowSQL. Next, second one is we have to open the command prompt and enter these command to check the version of SnowSQL. Third step is open your Snowflake account, click on admin on it has in this left side panel and click on account. After clicking on account, we have to click on three dots and then we have the manage URL. This is the third step. And fourth step, by copying the URL and paste it in the command prompt, like this is the account user. And fifth step is database presented in the Snowflake by using command. We can check with how many databases are presented in the Snowflake account. And sixth one is select database which is already existed in the Snowflake account. We have to select one database which is already existed in the Snowflake. Seventh step is we have to create database by using command and it will be created in the Snowflake account. And also we can create schema also. Next one is eighth step. Now we have to do the modifications in the configure file. This configure file is which we are downloading this SnowSQL. Then it get the configure file. Let us see practically. First we have to download the SnowSQL. Go to the browser and search for SnowSQL download. Click on the first link. This is the interface of SnowSQL. We have to download SnowSQL for Windows. As I already downloaded, it takes some time to download. I already downloaded at once. Once we download this file, it's enough. SnowSQL is downloaded. Once click on this, by clicking it asks some configurations to install this. Click on next and click on next and you get install option like this, and after click on installing the SnowSQL is installed, then you get this type of pop-up. Complete the Snowflake SQL. We don't click on finish. You have to configure these on your configure file. We have to change these configurations. So next we have to go to the command prompt and check some versions. Go to the command prompt. Check the version of SQL. SnowSQL. We have to check the version of SnowSQL. SnowSQL -v is the command to check the version of SnowSQL. So this is the version of SnowSQL. Next, we have to access the Snowflake into command prompt. So now we have to go to the Snowflake account. So this is the Snowflake account, and we have to click on admin. We have to click on accounts. After clicking accounts, here we have the three dots. By clicking these three dots, we have the manage URL. By clicking this, we get this link, and this link is for Snowflake, and it redirects this Snowflake account. If you use this link, we can get Snowflake. At present, we have to access the Snowflake into the command prompt. So that's why I am using this account user only. I am using this. Now I'm going to command prompt and I'm accessing the Snowflake account here. Here we have to use command SnowSQL hyphen A, and we have to copy the account user here. This is my account username. This is the account name and hyphen U Vanusri. So this is the username of Snowflake account. After giving this, it asks some password. This password is Snowflake account password we have to give here. And also password is invisible. Okay. After giving the password, it shows, and this is the compute warehouse. Next, we have to check for uh, how many databases are presented in a Snowflake account. So in my Snowflake, I want to see how many databases are there. So I'm using the command show databases. So it will display all the databases which are presented in Snowflake account. So it displays all the databases. Next, if I want to see schema, how many schemas are presented in my Snowflake account. Let's see the schemas. So these are the schemas presented in my Snowflake account. Now I'm selecting one database which is already existed in my account. In my account, it is already existed. So that database I'm going to select. I'm using, so use database. I already have these databases. I'm using the training database. So here I am using training database. So the statement is executed successfully. And next one, uh, I want to create database. So I'm creating a database and it will be reflected on a Snowflake also. It will be created in Snowflake also. I'm using command create database. So I already have these databases. So I'm taking a different database. So I'm taking database name as info1 underscore db. So I'm using info1 underscore db as a database name. So here database is created. Let's go and check in our Snowflake account. Is it created or not there? So we can see the here info1 underscore db is created just now. We are created in the command line interface and it will be created in our Snowflake account. And also we created one schema also. Create schema. We have only two schemas. I'm creating schema name as info underscore schema. So I'm taking pub info underscore schema. So here this schema is created and it will be it also created in our Snowflake account. So now we have to do some configurations in our configure file as which we already downloaded or installed in starting. Now I'm going to check where our file is downloaded. Here my file is downloaded. I'm going to this PC and users, and I'm going to check on this Banu folder. In this Banu folder, yes, this is the .snowsql. Here we have the configure file. Click on this. Uh, I'm opening in Notepad just once. So here, as I already done some changes, so here we have to give your user account name, and here we have to give the username of your Snowflake account, and this is also the password of your Snowflake account, and database name. Database means which is already created or existed in your Snowflake account. We have to give that name. And warehouse name, it is a default warehouse. So these are the configurations or changes we have to modify in this configure file. So we done finally installed and installing and configuring utilizing Snowflake using SnowSQL. Thank you.